Well, it's time to change the seats again. Today's video is brought to you by CamaroCon. If you guys are interested in attending the West Coast's largest gathering of Camaros and Firebirds from all generations, hit up CamaroCon.com and learn more information about this show. What's going on, guys? Matt over here with Lethal Garage, and today we're making some changes to the Lethal Camaro. Now, as you guys know, my Camaro's gone through a couple transformations. One, I really like the interior of the ZL1. I did, and a lot of people still question me to this day, why don't you just get a ZL1, Lethal? Would have been cheaper. Well, I started modifying my car before the ZL1s ever existed in the 6th generation, and then on top of that, I like owning a car that I have modified from beginning to end versus a car that is already done. Now, would it save me money? Probably not. Most of the upgrades you could do, like if I would have started with a 1SS or even the new LT1 that's coming out, you could build this car for so much cheaper and be so much faster than a ZL1. Yeah, it's gonna be missing a few technological things the ZL1 has from factory, but you can have fun doing it. I say the biggest size of ZL1 does have a warranty. Now, in this instance, I'm going half race car. So currently the car has a cage being installed. We have most of the interior completely stripped out of the car right now. So you can see lots of interior parts, more interior parts, more interior parts on that side. And it's all going back in. So the interior is going back in the car. The Lethal Camaro is not being gutted. So please don't think I'm gonna be driving a tin can everywhere. I firmly want the car to look like a nice car, but as you guys know, I did replace my entire interior with the ZL1 interior because I really like it. I like the Alcantara, I like the red stitching, I like all the details it adds. I did the steering wheel, I did the shifter, I did it all, and I think it looks great, and I'm leaving it, and all of that plastic is going in. So again, I'm gonna reiterate, it's not gonna be a tin can, but because I'm adding a roll cage and because I want to be able to race the car a little bit better, my ZL1 seats that I paid a lot of money for and paid a lot of money to have them shipped, if you guys didn't even know. So Andy from Diablo Formula Racing actually picked these up and shipped them to me because the guy was out there in Pennsylvania, and in this instance I am letting them go. Someone's coming to pick them up. I don't know what car they're going in. I'll hopefully find out, but he's gonna take them off my hands. And the reason being is, well, I want more room. So with the full roll cage going into the car, I needed a proper racing seat to allow that. So we set the cage up. We've already taken our measurements for the new seat and everything, where it's gonna go. And it's not gonna be nearly as comfortable. I'm giving up comfort, a lot of comfort, because we're going with a full-on Kirkey. Oh my goodness, if you guys don't know what a Kirkey is, well, let's just say this. We're going from a 70, I think it was 76 pounds, each Recaro seat comes in as, to a 12-pound seat. So there's a little bit of weight reduction. Now, I only have one seat going in the car right now. I still got to pick up the second Kirkey. I want to see where the middle space is so my wife can sit in it and other people can sit in it without it being too small or too large. I had to get a big one because I'm pretty giant. I'm a big fellow, so I needed a seat that was going to fit me. We're going to be installing this with the Kirkey brackets, but on a custom mount setup that James is going to be installing. So MFAB Racing is doing my whole roll cage on the car, so he's going to create a custom setup to mount the seat to, and then we'll weld the seat to the roll cage, so that way if something drastic happens, the seat and me move with the cage and not necessarily the car. That's kind of how you want it in a roll cage. So yeah, full-on Kirkey in there. I could probably even set it in there. Here, maybe we can go do that. Give you a glimpse. Now, obviously, I don't have it on the brackets that it's going to be sitting on, but we can give you an idea of how this bad boy is going to look in here. Now, again, we are putting the full interior back in the car, and unfortunately, it's going to be hard to get the angle. It's going to be hard to get the angle right, but it looks something like that. So I found a guy that does make custom cushions for these, so if you want to like drive the car around and go to a car show or something like that, we'll be able to do that. But yeah, full Kirkey Life in the Lethal Camaro. Yeah, I swore to Red Barn Racing I wasn't going to do a Kirkey, and then after reading all the NHRA rules and looking at other aftermarket seats, I'm like, I need the headroom. I don't want a seat that's sitting up super high, and it's crazy the amount of headroom we're going to have with this seat in there. So even with it up another 3 inches because of the brackets and everything that we're designing for it, I still have like 6 to 7 inches of headroom with my helmet on, which is huge because currently I have to slouch in my seat and be uncomfortable, which is completely unsafe. If I ever got in an accident in the car with how I was sitting in it with the seats that I just took out, I'd probably die. So, and I also have some PRP 5-point seat belts that are SFI approved for drag racing. So, hey look, my swing outs. So yeah, Lethal's going full race car with an interior. So you'll never open this door and see guts. You're not gonna open this door after the cage is done being installed and seeing guts. We're gonna put stuff back in it. Now, I am estimating I'm probably gonna save with the rear seat delete. As you can see, I've taken that out. I got the kit from Skidmark Garage that's gonna go in. We'll see how that looks and feels. But we'll probably save with the cage because the cage is made out of Dokal R8. It only weighs about 58 pounds. So that being stated, with the cage being added and the rear seats being deleted, the front seat belts being deleted, the front seats being deleted, we're actually going to be taking weight out for the very first time in the Lethal Camaro until I get back in. But all being stated, I won't be able to say it's a full weight car anymore because we are finally taking some weight out of it. Are we taking all of the weight out of it? No. Are we taking a little bit of weight out of it? Yes. I'm estimating about 75 pounds total savings after it's all said and done, maybe a little bit more. Actually, let me do the math. So 20 pounds in the rear after the rear seat kits in, take out the 140 pounds in seats, that the factory ZL1 seats with the heating and cooling elements. So that's 140, so 160 with the rear seat delete, adding 15 and 15 plus another 10 for the brackets, that's 3450. So actually 90 pounds, about 90 pounds out of the car, which isn't bad. I guess that's better than 0 pounds. And I know what some of you guys are saying, but Lethal, you spent so much money adding that ZL1 interior. Why are you now taking it all out? Well, when I wanted the full ZL1 interior, I wanted a car that did road course, street driving, and drag racing. I came to the realization real quick that that just is not possible to do all of those things and have a car that would do well at all of those things. You kind of have to pick one or the other. I mean, yeah, my car could be street driven with the new cam and converter that we're putting in there. It should definitely be a lot more drivable on the street, but it can't go do road course and it can't do drag racing and accomplish the same things. I would have to add so much cooling capacity to the vehicle to be able to do road racing. It's not worth it, especially for the weight that you're adding for drag racing. Now, at the end of the day, the Lethal Camaro is kind of going full race car, and I don't think it could ever be considered going full race car because I'm not going to be fully gutting the car, and I'm not removing the air conditioner because I kind of need that to run the inner chiller. But all said and done, my car is going to the next level to let me achieve or at least start hunting down that 8.9. Now, as many of you guys know, I just recently only broke into the 9-second barrier. We've never launched the car under full throttle, at least not as much throttle as we would like. It has a lot more power. I think the way the car sits right now, it's capable of a 9.5, and I think with the changes we're making, we'll get down to the 9.2s. Now, I hope to see and be able to chase after an 8.9. That is a long-term goal. The car will obviously have to be full NHRA capable to achieve that, because out here we only have NHRA sanctioned tracks and they're never going to let me run consistently without all the safety. So full cage is going to be an 8.5 cert. We're doing all the SFI safety measures, the seat belts, the SFI flex plate, the scatter shield, like the hoop, like everything. So I'm doing it all by the book. It's costing a little bit more than I would like. There's a lot of guys that go out and just take their street cars and make one pass and get kicked off, and they're okay with that. But for me, I want to go to the track and I want to run fast times consistently for an entire day and have a good time doing it. So I'm doing full safety, full cage, everything, and it's really for my safety too. Going out trapping, hopefully in the 150 range. If something catastrophic did happen, which it could, I want to be able to come home to my wife and kids. Now, will all this safety guarantee I would live? No, definitely not. That's why I have a life insurance policy. But I do want to at least be known as someone who did chase safety requirements, so that way you did it right. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that. So either or, if you guys are interested in seeing the car come run, the next time it's gonna run full speed is gonna be at Camaro Con, October 12th and 13th at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Hope to see you guys out there. Bring your cars, bring family, bring friends, have a good time. 2 days of awesomeness. Drag racing, autocross, road racing on Saturday, dyno, show and shine, I'm forgetting everything. Rev comp, raffles, all sorts of stuff. The raffle's gonna be legit this year. You guys don't wanna miss that. So, all that being stated, goodbye, ZL1 seats. Bye. You served me well, I loved you, and hopefully you treat the next guy right. But until next time, guys, I do hope to see you on the road.